The largest aquamarine in the world is called the Dom Pedro, named after the two emperors of Brazil. It is a 60-pound, 2-foot long, 10,363 carat obelisk. When they first got it, they didn't know what to do with it. They saw the beauty, they wanted to keep it all intact, so they created a brand new cut called the Fantasy Cut. Something for you to think about when you get dressed in the morning. Discover the value of your story.
Increase. So this award lets me know that good morning on this wonderful and incredible 80-degree day in Chicago. Bonjour, comment ça va? Et toi? Ça va très bien. Bienvenue, Wan Ying, benvenuta, benvenita, privet, namaste, and welcome. Welcome to another exciting episode of Gem Hunter Stories. My name is Barry B. Mixon, and I am a gemological storyteller. In each week, what I do is I take the art, science, history, and magic of gemstones, precious metals, and fine jewelry, and I put them all together into a story. What I discovered over many years that many of the same characteristics, many of the same traits and concepts that are used to appraise a gemstone can be found in people. So what I do is take those stories and use them as a template, as an inception point, as a bridge, to help people, to empower people to discover the value of their stories, of how they relate to their life, their coworkers, how they interact with the light. As many of you know who have watched the show, and again, thank you so much for supporting the show each week, gemology saved my life. It made me look at myself in a completely different way, because when I grew up in an interesting household. I thought I was a rock and really just pretty much worthless for a long, long time. And once I started studying gemology, once I started seeing how gemstones are formed, how gemstones come about, how the things that make a gemstone special, I began to see that same characteristics, those same qualities in myself. Thank you, Barbara. So what we're going to start out today is talking about, what is a diamond? Last week, where I asked that question, I want to go deeper. What is a diamond? When you think about a diamond, this is it. This is what a diamond ultimately is. It's just a stone. And for those of you who don't know the difference between a rock and a stone, a rock is usually talking about a massive structure, like a mountain, like what we're standing on. Those are rocks, but a stone is something that you can hold. A stone is something that you can move. A stone is usually something that has a purpose of some kind. But when you look at a diamond, there's nothing really to it. I mean, these are pretty examples of what a diamond is, but if you was walking down the street in the park and you saw this, you probably wouldn't think anything of it. You would just think it's a piece of plastic or a toy or something that a child left, or something broken off from a glass bottle. It wouldn't really have value to it. But these are diamonds. This is what a diamond is. Diamonds are nothing but carbon. That's it. All the other gemstones have different chemical compositions and different things that are in their molecular structure. But a diamond is the only gemstone that's made out of just one element, carbon. And for those of you who are scientists, understand that carbon is one of these elements that carbon hooks up with anything. That's why there's carbon dioxide. That's why we're carbon-based life forms. Well, all life is made up of some aspect of carbon. So it's a pretty ubiquitous element. And that's what a diamond is. It doesn't really by itself, just to look at it, you wouldn't think anything of it. As I said last week, diamonds have basically three structures. Either it's a cubic structure, or it can be a octahedron structure, meaning it has 8 sides, or it could be a dodecahedron structure, which has 12 sides. But basically what a diamond is just carbon. It's found 90 to 120 miles in the earth. So it's deep. Not only is it nothing special to it, but it's found deep in the earth. You know, if this was a person, a diamond would just be, you know, in the bad neighborhoods, in the deepest part of the hood, or in a rural area. This is diamond found in this hole. This is an extinct diamond mine in Russia, but this is where you find diamonds, in the deepest, darkest hole you can imagine. Diamonds have to go through tremendous heat and pressure. 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 825,000 pounds of pressure. Think about that when you think about the things that going on in your life. 3,000 degrees. I'm excited about 80 degrees. 3,000 degrees is what a diamond has to go through. Think about all the bills you have to pay, all the things you have to go through. A diamond goes through 825,000 pounds of pressure. And just to give you some relevance to that, we're under 1 pound of pressure. Just living. That's what a diamond has to go through. In order to create this, these are all the things that a diamond has to go through in order to create this. So ultimately, what a diamond is, how did something that came from that environment, came from those type of conditions, how did it create something like this? So ultimately, I figured out that what a diamond is, the true beauty of a diamond is that a diamond is a story. It's a story that and if you think about it, it's a story that you can extrapolate, that you can use as a template for your own life. And that's how it helped me. And once those of you who watch my show every week, those of you know that nothing has value without a story. So when you understand that a diamond is a story, and it's from that story you get value, then you begin to understand how rich a diamond is. So today's show is entitled Diamonds. What is your color? And what I'm going to show you today is how we can use those same things that we use to appraise a gemstone, the same values that make diamonds cost tens of thousands, millions of dollars, can be found in you, can be used to help you process your life. Let's start from the beginning. Diamonds just don't come out of the ground and they look fantastic. No, diamonds have to go through a process. There's like basically 5 steps. You have the rough, you have soaring, bruting, blocking, and brillianting. Brillianting. I always liked that word when I first learned it. Brillianting. So basically you have to evaluate the diamond. This is the most important step. You have to first figure out what is it that you're looking at. You can't just look at something and decide what you have to decide what it is. You have to look at that gemstone, that rough diamond, and decide what do you want to do with it? How are you going to create it? What colors? How many stones am I going to get from this rough? Then you have to saw it or cleave it because, as I've told you before, a diamond, even though it is the hardest natural substance, a diamond is brittle. So you have to, a diamantaire, someone who works with diamonds, a diamantaire, that's what they call. You have to either cleave it, meaning that you take the gemstone and you hit it in a certain angle in order for it to break. Those of you who had a ring that the diamond broke, that's because you hit that diamond on that cleavage zone and it broke. Or you have to saw it. You have to use it. Now they use a laser to saw it. When I created my first diamond for my ex-wife, I literally had to saw it. Not a saw like this. It's a different type of process. But you have to do it where the diamond is weakest. And you have to figure that out. Then you have to cut the diamond. You have to shape it, which is called bruting. That's the part where you see those guys with the wheels and they take the diamond on it's called a dop, and they take the diamond and you impregnate the wheel with diamond dust, and because only a diamond can cut a diamond, and that's how you shape it. It's called bruting. Then you have to block it. The blocking part is where you take a diamond and you put all the facets, the table facets, the crown facet, the pavilion, even the girdle. That's what you have to do in order to create a diamond into the diamonds that we know, the different, basically an ideal cut diamond is a 58 facet diamond. You have to put those on. And then you have to brillianting. Brillianting, that's where you polish it. That's where you get the fire and the brilliance and the scintillation. Scintillation is where when you look at a diamond and those colors come out and you're standing across the room and you see this woman, diamonds just glinting in the light, that's scintillation. And you have to do all those things in order to create a diamond. You have to decide what it is. This is a diamond. Notice the lines. They have to decide. And sometimes this takes weeks, months, years to make the decision on where to cut it. Look at this. He has at least 14. He's measuring using a caliber to measure this precisely what dimensions. How is he going to cut that diamond? What is that diamond? How are we going to create a diamond? What are we looking for when we talk about cutting a diamond? In order to make this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this becomes this. So when we talk about what is a diamond, you have to understand to truly get the essence of the unbelievable nature of what a diamond is. You have to understand that a diamond has to go through a process. Just like us. Just like you and I in our lives. We have to go through a process in our lives to become the person that we want to become. And this is true for all gemstones, but what I discovered is that a diamond truly is the essence of that process, that story. And I realized that it related to how I felt. When I was homeless, I felt like I was in that hole. I felt like no one knew who I was. But I began to think that all the things that I had done in my life, that was the process that I had to go through in order to create the story of who I am. of what did I want to be. And those are just regular, that's just regular diamonds. Now let's talk about diamonds come in every color of the rainbow. So the fact that I am the color that I am, I say, wow, this works because diamonds come in about 12 different colors: white, blue, green, olive, pink, purple, violet, steel gray, black, orange, yellow, brown, and red. Yeah. Naturally colored diamonds come in all these colors. So whatever color you are, you fit. You fit. You're in there somewhere. In there somewhere. That is you. So let's go step by step. And because this is my show, I decided to use I am a brown diamond. Yeah. A brown diamond is the most common. It's usually not. When I first started in gemology, nobody even talked about brown diamond. Brown diamonds was like, yeah, whatever. We don't want a brown diamond. Everyone wants a colors diamond. But now, because of wonderful marketing, a brown diamond is now called chocolate diamonds. Levier, Levier. No, I forgot. The Levier family created chocolate diamonds. Basically, it was marketing, because most brown diamonds are used for industrial purposes, because a brown diamond doesn't have the same brilliance as what we consider a diamond, a white or colorless type of diamonds. But a brown diamond has its own magic to it. That's a brown diamond. Then we have orange diamonds. And those of you who've never seen orange diamonds are very rare. Now, a brown diamond has some aspects of nitrogen in it, but a orange diamond has nitrogen in it, but it's in specific sections. It's in a specific formation within the structure. It's in groups. And that's what creates a brown diamond. And those groups, those things that make a brown diamond, that nitrogen comes in either after the diamond is formed or during the process of diamond formation. Most orange diamonds come from Africa. That's what orange diamond comes from. That's what makes that beautiful, rich orange color. Then you have yellow diamonds. Yellow diamonds also have nitrogen. It's called, and we'll go into it later on. There's different types of diamonds. So the diamonds that you're mostly familiar with as far as colors is called a type 1A. So a type 1B diamond is a diamond that has lots of nitrogen in it. But a yellow diamond has, versus a brown diamond, a yellow diamond has nitrogen that's scattered all throughout the structure. And it cuts out it absorbs all the other colors of the spectrum. Remember, all colors come from white light. So what a yellow diamond does, it absorbs all the other colors, leaving the yellow color. This is called the all-net diamond. An all-night diamond is a 101 carat, 101.29 carat diamond. Vivid, fancy, vivid yellow. VS2. Extremely rare. Of all the diamonds that you've ever produced, only 0.1%, 0.1% of diamonds will be yellow. That's how rare a diamond of this color is. And since I wanted to just really let me let you guys drool for a second. Yeah, this is an extraordinary piece of jewelry, the all-net diamond. And if that's not enough, this diamond is called the incomparable diamond, a 407.48 carat diamond, flawless, the largest flawless diamond ever graded by GIA. And the thing that, when I discovered this, the thing that this made this diamond special, this diamond was found by a little girl who was just playing in the rubble, with all the stuff that people was throwing away. It was near a nearby diamond mine. She found this in the Congo, just digging through the dirt as kids do, just digging through, and she found this diamond. And it was bigger than this. It actually started as a 490 carat rough. 490 carats in order to create the incomparable yellow diamond. Then you have green diamonds. In fact, let me go back to the yellow diamonds. So literally, think about it. I was homeless. I felt the way I felt. And when I talk about being homeless, it's some of you are homeless, and even though you live in a home, because homelessness is how you feel about yourself. Sometimes people can be homeless in their mind. Sometimes people can be homeless in their spirit. So when I say homeless or talk about my homeless story, I'm talking to many of you who may feel homeless. And I was empowered, I was encouraged when I found that this little girl found this diamond in just garbage. Imagine how that made me feel when I realized that's where I came from. Then you have green diamonds. Green diamonds are even more special, not more special. Green diamonds are also special because a green diamond has to come up from a radioactive material, meaning it's radioactive around it, and that's what creates the green color. In fact, they found the guy who, I forgot his name, but the guy who discovered how green diamonds were produced or made. He took a white diamond and buried it with uranium. And he let it sit there for a while. And when it came out, he saw the green color. And ultimately, he died of radiation poisoning because back in the day, they didn't understand that uranium was radioactive and how it affected us. But that's how he discovered a green diamond. And green diamonds are really only found in Africa and South America. A green diamond. So those of you who are in toxic relationships, doesn't mean that you're not a diamond. You're in a toxic relationship, and that relationship in some ways can take you to the next level. I'm not recommending it. I'm not saying, well, you need to marry somebody or be with somebody that can't stand you or does something. But I'm just saying that if you change the story, if you realize your value, even though you may be in a toxic relationship, whether it be your family, whether it be your husband, whether it be your wife, whether it be the job you work in, if you're in that toxic environment, it doesn't change the fact that you're a diamond. You're special. And that toxic relationship will change you. But how can you make that relationship into something positive? Then this is an example of an incredible green diamond, the Dresden green diamond, a 41 carat diamond. It's actually the cousin, or it's considered the cousin of the Hope diamond. And I was in France when it happened, 2019, and they didn't steal this diamond. They stole it in what was called the Green Vault in Dresden, Germany. And they were actually looking for this diamond, but this diamond was on tour. So they didn't get this diamond. But I remember the way I heard about it was everybody was freaking out like, oh my God, they almost stole, at least in my world. Oh my God, they almost stole the Dresden green. I'm like, what do you mean they are? Because this is serious security around this diamond. And so I didn't know how that even happened. But yeah, they stole a whole lot of pieces. And we'll talk about that in another show. But this is the Dresden green diamond. So here is thinking, when you see this diamond, understand that this diamond came from a toxic environment. Something this beautiful came from something that detrimental, that the antagonist. That's what a green diamond really is. Something that evolved from a toxic environment. Then we have blue diamonds. Many of us know blue diamonds. Blue diamonds is when you have the element boron. So most of the diamonds that you see have nitrogen in it. That's why it has that yellow color. But a blue diamond doesn't have nitrogen. It has boron in it. And boron takes out all the other wavelengths, red, yellow, green, in order to make a blue diamond. And what makes boron incredible because you use boron every day. Boron's in your cell phones, boron's in your iPads, boron's in your computers. Everything that you're watching me with right now has boron in it, because boron literally is used to control reactions, even nuclear reactions. So out of something that element takes a reaction and calms it. It makes it calmer. It makes it a much more warmer, softer color, like a blue color. Here's the Hope Diamond. This is the Hope Diamond. You can see now the Hope Diamond is supposed to be cursed. The Hope Diamond is a 45.52 carat diamond. It's a type 2B diamond because it has boron in it. It was stolen. Most people don't realize that many of the diamonds were stolen in history, mostly from India, India or Africa, but the Hope Diamond was stolen from India, and it's supposedly cursed because everybody who owned the Hope Diamond, and they died a horrible death. Okay, in fact, the person who owned it was a woman who she was a socialite, very rich. She had the blue diamond, the Hope Diamond. Once she got the Hope Diamond, she lost her mind. She literally was she had the diamond in this necklace around her dog, and then eventually was bought by Harry Winston, and now the Hope Diamond is found in the Smithsonian Institution. Yeah, the Hope Diamond, a blue diamond. Pink diamonds, extremely rare. Oh my God, if you have a natural pink diamond, call me. I just want to see it. I just want to see. I mean, I've seen it in museums. I just would love to hold one in my hand. That's how rare a pink diamond is. And a pink diamond, going back to toxic relationships, all diamonds, as I said, have to go through extreme temperatures and extreme pressure. But a pink diamond, red as well, have to go through temperatures and pressures so extreme that it changes the molecular structure. It's nothing in a pink diamond. It has nothing in a pink diamond, but it changes who that person is. That diamond changes what that diamond is to create that pink color. Think about that for a second. Think about the things that you have gone through in your life that was, oh my God, how did I even survive that? And yet you did. And not only did you survive that, you thrived. The reason why I can talk about homelessness 30 years later with a smile on my face is because I realized, just like a pink diamond, that's what I went through. That was my antagonist. And again, I don't recommend it for everybody. You know what's wrong with you? You need to be homeless. No, I'll never say that. It was a horrible experience. But from that was my heat. That was my pressure. The best pink diamonds actually comes from Australia. They can be found all over the world. Russia, Serbia, South Africa. Remember the movie Blood Diamond? And it was a pink diamond. South Africa. Okay. Tanzania, Canada. But the best diamonds, the best pink diamonds and red diamonds come from Australia in a mine called the Argyle Mine, which actually closed in 2020. Not saying there won't be any more pink diamonds, but some of the best quality pink diamonds came from that part of the world. And it started. So just to let you know that, again, diamonds are not rare. That mine alone produced over 865 million carats of rough diamonds, just from that one mine alone. And just to let you know how rare a pink diamond and a red diamond is, even more rare. That out of 1 million carats that you produce, less than 1%. Or let me put it this way. Of the millions of carats that you may get in a rough diamonds that you produce, you might get 1 carat that's pink. 1 carat. Out of millions of carats, 1 carat will be pink. That's how rare it is. So think about how rare you are in the things that you've done. In the things that you are, the person, your education, the experiences, the training, all these things that you have done in your life to become the person you are today. The manager, your business, all the things, your family, all the things that you've become, all the things that you had to go through to become who you are. Then we have red diamonds. A red diamond, a red diamond is, again, if you ever get a natural red colored diamond, please call me. I have never seen one up. I've never held one in my hand. I've seen it. I've never held one in my hand. Extremely rare. You can live your whole life and never see a red diamond. This is the Mall of Red, worth valued at $15 million. So I put that all together, all these different colors, all these different things you have to go through, because what I'm going to do when we come back is I'm going to introduce you to someone who literally is just like me. She's a gemologist, but what she doesn't work with gemstones, she works with people, human resources. And I look forward to introducing you to her when we come back. Before I introduce you to Annika, and I love her name. I tell her that all the time. Let me just give you a little understanding of why I said that she works with diamonds. All right. She is a gemologist just like myself. Annika Dubé, and I'm not sure I pronounce it with a French, so Dubé. Annika Dubé is as a successful human resource leader with over 2 decades, 20 years of progressive international experience. She has been a chief human resource officer for IT firms, and she currently runs a boutique of IT staffing and HR consulting firm. She lives in Naperville right here, so she's local, lives right here. I met Annika. You guys have seen me in when I was at the Congressional Global. I received my Congressional Global Oscar. Annika was there when I was there for the 75th anniversary of Indian independence. Annika was running the whole thing. She was everywhere. I got one picture of her. I was like, come on, stop me. And it was just wonderful. And so when I thought about diamonds, what better person to have is someone who is not only comes from the place where some of the greatest diamonds have come from, but also is a diamond within herself. And she helps, as a human resource person, she helps other people become the diamond that they're supposed to be. So without any further ado, allow me to introduce, and I'm honored to do so, Annika Dubé. Yes. The whole world is clapping at you. Good morning. How are you, Annika?
Thank you. Thank you so much for your introduction. Good morning, Mr. Nixon, and good morning to all the viewers.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Barry,
for
just call me
inviting me.
Barry. It's okay. Everybody calls me
All
Barry
right,
except my mom.
Barry.
But
Barry.
all right.
Thank you
So
for inviting me to this unique show that you have every Wednesday. It's called Gem Hunter Stories, and it's so inspiring. When I look forward to watching it every week. And congratulations to you for hosting this unique show. You are using art, science, precious stones, and you know history and magic to empower people to bring out their stories, which is just
thank you.
fantastic. I mean,
Thank you.
the 3 cheers to you for that. And also, congratulations to you for celebrating the Black History Month, in March, and bringing in all the powerful and inspiring women on the show and how they could weave their stories around these gemstones, their favorite gemstones, and what effect it had on them. So it's just fantastic what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And those of you who are viewers, this is how you know somebody's been watching your show. See, there's a test. So, Annika, you get an A for today. Thank you so much. So, Annika, when people talk about human resources, a lot of times, oftentimes people think about, you see human resources when you got a problem, when you're being fired, when you're being laid off, when your money is not right. So, and I know it's a lot richer than that. So, can you just give the audience a definition of what is human resources? What does human resources mean to you?
Sure. So, as you introduced me as a human resource professional, but something about myself, like, besides being a human resource professional, I'm a very passionate volunteer. I'm a community activist. I do a lot of blogging in the HR field, of course. I'm a big proponent of keeping your culture close with your language. So I am involved with promoting. Hindi as a language. I come from India and I have been involved with the consulate, and we are doing a lot of endeavors to see that Hindi is recognized as one of the foreign languages in the schools. We have Chinese, we have Spanish, but we don't have
Hmm.
Hindi. So I'm also working towards that as to how we can get Hindi as one of the foreign languages to be offered in the schools. So what I'm trying to say that I do a lot of things in the society, in the community, involved in bringing culture and language closer to people. Besides being a human resource professional, I love to write poems in Hindi and English. And since today's theme was about diamonds, I have a
Hmm.
poem which I would like to share with all my viewers.
Please, please.
Diamonds, diamonds, sparkling bright, a dazzling sight, a radiant light, precious stones of great esteem, the stuff of many a jeweler's dream. Born from the earth under intense heat, formed from carbon. Oh, so neat. Pressure applied, a crystal is made, a diamond, a treasure, a gem to be displayed. Diamonds, gems of sparkling light, a treasure to behold inside, a symbol of love, a bond so tight, a beauty that shines forever bright. So, this is what I just wrote today morning.
Wow. I mean, wait, let me just take a second just to thank you. This is the first, you're the first person that ever did poetry on this show. So thank you so much. I'm on it. And most of you know this show is live. So I did not hear this poem. And again, thank you for showing the world exactly what I always say is that nothing has value without a story. So I introduced Annika. You knew her name, you can see her, but it wasn't until you heard her story that you begin to understand her value. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that and writing that. That's okay. I need to do some more work. All right. You're a different gemologist than I am. You can write poetry. So let's get into how do you, when in your human resources life, because obviously you have different, what do you look for in a person? How did you get into human resources?
That's a long story, but I when I once I got into human resources, I just love this because I think it's basically matches my personality. I am an outgoing extrovert person. I love people. I can just kind of strike conversation with anyone, and passionate, and I like to nurture, like, people. And I think that is going a long way in my profession as human resources.
Mhm.
And I have seen human resources when it was just called like a traditional HR, I would say personal management when I started. And I worked with employees who worked in underground mines. That was my first job where I started with back in India. And
Wow.
like, you know, I was dealing with labor unions, and there was a lot of employee conflicts. And it was traditional HR when I say it's like, about eh, maintaining employees' personal records and just labor laws and other things. And from there, I am in the world where it's all about digital HR. Okay.
Hmm.
We are not the record keepers. We are not just kind of maintaining the labor laws in a company, but we are looked as HR business partners we are partnering with uh, the organizations to move forward with the visions and goals, and bringing the best. So that's called modern HR. Now when it comes to, see, like, as you said, people think HR is just about recruiting, and and then it's the most I mean, the HR professionals uh, are not liked by many employees, because they think that we are the ones who just hire them and fire them. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
that. The things has changed. As I said, we are like business partners. We are helping the businesses scale their growth. We are like growth enablers. So
Mm-hmm.
having said that, HR, three C's are very important for us when we are hiring people, or when we are looking at recruiting people, which is just one of the functions of HR.
Hmm.
HR has, it's not only about recruiting, that is just the recruitment life cycle, but after you hire a person, there is something called employee life cycle. And we have
Hmm.
involved in onboarding the employees, nurturing them, getting them into the company, how they are inducted in a company, and what culture they see right from the beginning. That is a deciding factor whether they are going to stay in the company and for how long. It's
Hmm.
something like we say in India, you know when your son gets married, and there's a new bride who's coming in, like, she's very new to your family, to your culture. It all depends how you induct her, in the sense, of course she's not an employee, I'm saying how you bring her, and what kind of treatment you give to her when she's coming to your house the first time, the first instinct, that's the lasting impression. And that
Mm-hmm.
is how they get adjusted into your family. The same way is for employees.
Mm.
We have to
And-
have a good joiners engagement program, which we do, to get these employees slowly inducted, getting into the groove of the company and just liking it, which also leads to employer branding, which also leads to what kind of uh, culture we have in the company. So, three C's are very important, as I see, as a human resource professional: compensation,
mhm.
career, and culture. As we have
Wow.
three C's in diamond, like
Four
Chad,
C's. Four C's instead, Diamond.
three C's here, but we do have four C's in which we look for an employees when we are hiring, and they are like collaboration, communication, and creativity, critical thinking. So we do have four C's here. We
Okay.
have three C's for our HR practice. If we have these three C's, hiring and retaining employees become easy. Okay,
Wow.
because we
And
are
I mean, thank you for that because again, you are showing, you are demonstrating just the connection between, at least for this show, between gemstones and people. Because what you were saying was the first step in a diamond, especially when your example with a brand new bride, she is the rough diamond, and what you're doing is you're helping her getting to the family, becoming that diamond that you see in her, that the young man who's made the decision to marry her, he saw that. Now you're bringing her into the family and showing how her attributes, what she is, can be taken even to a higher level, and how her attributes can take the family to a higher level. So wonderful. And how do you promote personal growth as an HR professional? How do you promote personal growth? Each diamond is different. So how do you treat each person differently within a company?
for all the employees, as I said, like, I would just say one thing: the diamonds are valued for their rarity, beauty, and durability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Employees are valued for their skills, knowledge, and contributions to an organization.
Mm-hmm.
How we nurture them, as I said, it starts right in the beginning. As a HR professional, I always tell them at the time of hiring that we have a career development program. We will be
Mm-hmm.
taking care of their career growth. And that is one thing which makes them feel, oh, this is the right place I should be in. And when we talk about career growth, it's multifaceted, like a career growth plan. Okay. It starts from short term to long term career goals. They
Mm-hmm.
first, the career goals have to be identified. Then we do a skill assessment as to
Mm-hmm.
where they are at which level. Suppose if you have a person join as a trainee, okay, it might have aspirations because that person is very new to the career, is coming to the organization for the first time, maybe right from the campus. But what are his aspirations? So that is how we have to start kind of, providing him the parameters, the KPIs, as to this is what you will do to achieve this. So it's 6 months down the line, one year, 3 years. Okay. So that gives them a perspective, and they're very, very optimistic. Oh my God, this company is going to take care of me. Like, I will grow here, I will learn here. Then there are set of employees who are there in the company, but we have to give them a direction as
Mm-hmm.
to you are at this level now. We do assessments, we do performance assessments. So that's why, again, HR role is not only recruiting, it's like performance assessment of a person, employee engagement. We also work towards compensation management. So we sit down with them, their supervisors sit down with them, we sit down with them as HR and see where they want to be. There are many people, Barry, I would like to share, where I feel very proud that we have nurtured them in the organization. We have made them feel that they belong to this organization, and that has cut down my attrition rate in the organization by simply giving them the opportunity to develop their skills, have cross functional skills, and grow in the organization. And
Wow.
yes, so as I said, so this is something that we focus on, a career growth plan where we identify their career goals, we have a skill assessment, we develop a plan for them, we set the timeline and then track their progress, then recognize them, reward them so that they feel that they belong to the organization and they're one among them. And that is how I think we are now working as business partners to just, sail them through smoothly and not look to move out. And that saves our cost on recruiting from the HR perspective, and our ROI, return of investment that we say on
Mm-hmm.
our hiring or recruiting cost. I mean, it's very less. Like we get more for what we spend.
Mm.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is one thing. And then what I feel like, I have done several projects. Right now, I am kind of, working with some of these startup companies
Uh-huh.
and doing some gap assessment for them. And the biggest thing which comes out is like, again, like, why our employees are leaving? How do we retain them? And I did a project, and I would like to kind of give a brief analysis here how we can compare that to diamonds.
Yes, please, please.
So, as we know, like, what we are saying is employees are like diamonds, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Each has many facets. They have their own unique qualities, their skills and abilities, okay? And they are the most valuable assets for any organizations, as we know, right? But something that we should note here, Barry, is that if we are smart, we look past the flaws, okay?
Ooh,
No,
say that again. Wait, wait, wait. Say that again. If
if
we're
we are,
smart, we look past the.
their flaws.
Wow. Wow. No, I heard what you're saying. I'm just saying it sounds just like with gemstones, you look past the flaws or what's called inclusions. Wow. Go continue. I just saw
So
that and like, oh my God, continue.
every employee, I believe, is exceptionally unique. They bring their own qualities and they are contributing in their own way to the organization. They are the face of the organization. Okay. They carry forward the organization's goals and visions. We have several projects in the company, but we don't have resources. The company's business is going to go down. So, if you have to build a strong team, a consistent team, we have to discover each employee's uniqueness and capitalize on what we find, right? For that, you know what? We build a productive, effective, and profitable workplace I think it helps to think everyone as diamonds and focus on what is good.
What is good? Wow,
Yeah.
thank you. What? Let me
So,
ask you a question. Since we have your attention, we have you here, and a lot of people have been experiencing layoffs and things like this. And what is the new term? Quietly quitting. So, what do you think as people going to a new job, a new company, as an HR expert, HR professional? What do you think is one of the most important things that a person should do in an interview? How to tell their story? What do you think is so important? What aspect of telling their story that you think it's will set them apart from everybody else?
so what they have experienced in their past in the other companies, they have to bring out that, but they have to also highlight what they bring to the table. If they're looking for any job, the first question we ask them is, tell us something about yourself, and why do you
Hmm.
think that you are going to be why do you want to join the organization, right? So they have to bring out the best in when they talk about themselves and talk about what skills make them apart from the other candidate, because there will be
Hmm.
20 applicants. Okay, so what is something that is going to be good for the organization and bringing to the table? So when they come, we expect them to do a proper research on the organization that they're interviewing for. Okay, and then relate to that. So that's what will set them apart. Okay.
Mm.
Yes. So and then
Wow.
basically, sometimes as HR, we do not only look for that set thing in the stone that, okay, this are the job description, these are the qualities needed. A person cannot have 100% of what we are looking for. If the we what look for is, does this person have potential to grow?
Mm.
Okay, and we then, and if the person has potential to grow, has keenness to learn, is willing to take a plunge and move from there, we try to select those, hire those employees, and then nurture them, mold them as to what is required in our organization. And believe me, Barry, they are the best employees because they carry your torch forward for the employer's brand, and they stick to the organization. They don't think of moving out. And it just doesn't end there. After we hire them, it's a continuous effort from the HR to kind of keep nurturing them, providing them an outlet to grow. Okay. If we are kind of confining them, we cannot kind of let them grow. Something like that, it's you showed in your early, before you brought me in, I was watching your show, that there is a raw stone. We don't know whether it's just a raw stone and it's going to be a diamond till you start
Mhm.
working with that stone, and
Mm.
it shines and it throws its light. Similarly, with the employees that you nurture, they shine, and their light brings out positivity in the other employees. They talk nice about the company, and that positive culture grows in the company.
Wow.
So
Annika, I'm going to cut you off because I can talk to you. As you say, I'm just saying, those of you who know me know that I like talking. And for me just to sit here, I'm like, wow, I can talk to you all day. We must have you back. Please, please, all my Gem Hunter family, let's give it up for Annika Dubé. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for showing, without a shadow of a doubt, the connection between gemstones and people. You've proven that so wonderfully, and I'm honored to have you here today. Thank you so much, and we will see you again real soon. Thank you so much for all your nuggets of treasure that you've given the audience today. Thank you. I appreciate it.
thank you, Barry. Thank you for
You're
bringing
very
me on the
welcome.
show. Thank you. Good day, all the viewers.
Thank you. And as you can see, I mean, what else is there to say? What else is there to say? You see exactly what I'm talking about, and I talk about each week. The importance of telling a story, the importance of seeing your own value, the importance of being able to put that story together, not just for just to say a story, but Nothing has value without a story. And as you heard from Annika, an HR person, that's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking for. So as always, your homework assignment is to literally list the things that make you special. What kind of diamond are you? What are your colors? What are your colors? What are the things that make you special? Are you brown? Are you red? Are you yellow? Are you rare? What is it that makes you special? Actually, there's no question, are you rare? You are rare. You just have to figure out how rare you are in comparison to all the other gemstones out there. So I hope you enjoyed today. I certainly did. And again, my name is Barry B. Mixon, and I am a gemological storyteller. And I look forward to showing you. And next week, we're going to talk about hardness and toughness with one of my best viewers, Charlie Jones. Will be on talking about that, a Marine just like myself. So until next week, au revoir, atetela, voila. Nothing has value without a story. That is the essence of Professor Barry's Science Emporium. Ladies and gentlemen, science is all around us. It is in everything that your child does. It is in everything that your child wants to be. So what I do is take their stories and incorporate it into the stories of the lessons that I want to teach in science and history. And I guarantee that at the end of the lesson, your child will either love science or have a much greater appreciation for science and history, because they will come to realize, as thousands of children have come to realize all over the world, is that at Professor Barry's Science Emporium, everything is science. I hope I have the opportunity to work with your child. Professor Barry's Science Emporium, where everything is science.